15 minutes. And if it doesn't happen in the next 15 minutes, we're going to have a problem. Can you please just agree on that? We are not here to ask, guys. Maybe let me just emphasize that. We are not here to ask. We are here to demand these jobs. Because all these people are South African nationals and they are not employed. Because of you. You are employing foreign nationals and they don't have scarce skills. And that is wrong. We are not here, we don't want money, we don't want anything. We just want these people to be employed. And that is going to happen today. Whether we give you CVs or we don't, you are going to remove each and every foreign national that is in this environment and you are going to employ South Africans. That is all what you're asking for. Thank you so much.
This is very concerning to say that, no, you're just going to remove every foreign national and replace them with South Africans, with the nationals, simply because you say so. It's not fair to the foreign nation that had to work hard to get the job. Remember, when you apply for jobs, you don't get the job because you are available. You get the job because you met the requirements for that particular job. CVs are sent in. A short list is made. Interviews are done. For someone to get a particular job is because they met the requirements. Forget about whether they are a national or a foreign national. They have the required set skills for the particular job. So for them to now walk in and say, we are demanding this job regardless of the qualification of the nationals, honestly speaking, no employer is going to employ someone just because they have to. Every employer, every company wants to make profit. Every company wants its company to boom. No one wants its company to go down the drain. So even though they're demanding that, oh no, you're going to let go of every foreign national and employ South African nationals, in as much as, and this is me putting myself in the shoe of an employer, and in as much as they will be willing to comply, they are going to weigh their options. They're not going to lose someone who's bringing in value to the company, who's bringing in a net worth to the company, for someone who's going to cost the company, for a liability. They're not going to sacrifice an asset for a liability. No company, no organized company with a vision is going to do that. There is no company that's going to do that. So the whole process of coming to demand for a job is just, and I'm sorry to say this, but this is South Africans exposing their lack of knowledge, lack of education. This gives South Africa a bad name. This just makes things look even far worse than they actually are. Because now you are exposing foreign nationals that they don't actually have the qualifications for this job, but just because it's Africans, then you have to give them this job. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to think for the company owners too. You have to think for the company too. If you want this company to employ a South African, let that person at least meet the requirements of the job. Let the person at least have the experience needed for the job. And then come and say, okay, we have this national and you guys have an illegal foreign national or an underqualified foreign national, remove him and let's put a South African. That can be done. And as much as, personally speaking, I find it to be unfair, but hey, if that's how South Africa wants to run things, then who am I to say? All right? But at least for the sake of the company, let that person be qualified and have experience to take over that position. Let's not remove foreign nationals just because we can. It's just not. It's not fair for the country. It's not fair for the company. Look, at the end of the day, we want the country to blossom. We want the country to grow. All of us. And if companies do well, companies can hire more people because that means companies are making more money. But now if you become a liability to the company, you start costing the company more, the company is losing money. The company is going to shut down. The company is going to liquidate. And who are you going to blame at the end of the day? Let's be reasonable sometimes in our demands for South African people. Again, I have got no issue with hiring nationals. I honestly don't have any issue with that. But let's think for these companies as well, and the owners who sacrificed years to have that company running and standing where it is right now. Let's be reasonable in our demands. Let's be reasonable in our demands.